If you're going to have a successful online business, you have to have effective sales funnels. Kajabi has this dialed in with their pipelines, which is what they call funnels, which is a great way of describing what happens. Because you're bringing people through a process of opting in and being presented with value and then being offered a product. And there's lots of ways of doing that on Kajabi through their pipelines. So we're going to go all through that today. This is video 43 of Crush It on Kajabi in 90 days. We're doing 90 straight days of videos all about your online business and how to start it, build it, and grow it on what I think is the best online business platform there is, which is Kajabi. If you're thinking about joining Kajabi, you can use my link below, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. With that, you get 30 free days, a 30-day free trial. I'm also going to give you my $25,000 course launch email template. These are the exact emails and the exact email strategy that I used to launch my first course, which made over $25,000 in its first 3 launches. I'm going to put that in your hands for free. And also, you're gonna get a 45-minute Zoom call with me, one-on-one, where we can talk about your business, we can talk about Kajabi, talk about how to get the best possible start on that platform, and I'll make sure that you're set up and ready to go. All of that is a way to say thank you for using my link, which is an affiliate link. So when you use it, I do get a small commission, so I appreciate it very much. So if you're gonna jump onto Kajabi and you appreciate what we're doing on this channel, then you might as well use my link to do it. Now, if you've been tracking over the last few days, we've been talking about email sequences, and particularly a pre-launch sequence, and then yesterday we talked about the launch sequence. Now, this, along with what we've talked about through previous days, can all be part of a pipeline. What I did is I showed you all the pieces individually. Everything from the sales page to the checkout pages to the emails that people receive to the actual pre-launch sequence to the launch sequence. All of that I showed you in individual pieces. And one of the things I mentioned a few days ago was that I would show you how Kajabi allows you to build pipelines to put all of this together, and really for them to kind of create and build the pipeline and you fill in the pieces. The reason why I showed you individually and separately was I wanted you to see that you can manually build these processes on your own, or you can have Kajabi do it for you. But as long as you understand how all the pieces fit together, then you're well on your way to successful sales pipelines on Kajabi. So let me show you a pipeline, a simple pipeline that I did for Killer Sermons Academy. Now, this used to exist on my Lane Sebring website, and I moved it over to Preaching Donkey. I kind of split it into 2, both on Kajabi. So some of this was sold over on Lane Sebring, some of this was sold over on Preaching Donkey, but this basic pipeline was what I had. Now, I will mention that my pipeline doesn't include my emails. I pulled those out and did them separately in their own sequence. And I did that because at the time I wanted to manage the email sequence separate from the pipeline, but you don't have to do it that way. The beauty of Kajabi is you really have a lot of freedom to structure things how you want. You can use their pipelines, fill in what you want, or you can minimize the pipelines and do things separately. That's the way I like to do it. I've got a basic pipeline and then I do things on my own. It's really up to you, but I want to show you how this works. So this was my sales page, and these pieces are part of the pipeline itself. So I want to mention that over here you can see the steps. It goes from the sales page to pricing options. At this point, it goes to a waiting page, and these pages are cut off. But during a launch, the waiting page would go away, and what would take its place would be the offer checkout. Then they would be subscribed to the welcome sequence. We've talked about checkouts, we've talked about welcome sequences, and of course, we've talked about pricing options and sales pages. The one thing I want to show you is how these things tie together. So anytime there's a button, I am going to say go to a landing page, and it's going to be pricing options, which is the next page in the pipeline. You can actually say go to next pipeline step, and it would take you to pricing options as well. When you're on pricing options, you can tell it where to go when people click on certain things as well. So if they click here, it's going to take them to a checkout page. But if I wanted to make this a waiting page, I could stick this in between these two, and it would go from join Killer Sermons Academy, they click on something and it goes to a waitlist page. I do want to show you one pipeline that I created just to give this demonstration. This is a pipeline that is a product launch pipeline. It has a video 1, a video 2, and a video 3, and a video 4. These are pre-launch material, which we talked about. So this might be where you give a free webinar that exists where it's a 3-part video series that is pre-recorded, and you send people there every day for 3 days. Then on the 4th day, it's really pitching to the offer checkout, or maybe a sales page, then the offer checkout. Then it would go to a welcome sequence if they signed up for that course. So when you click on new pipeline, there's all kinds of ways that you can structure this. You can do it for freebies. This is like, if you think about your lead magnet, you can do it for your sales pages. You can do it for product launches, Zoom webinars. It's really pretty simple to do. The best thing to do is to jump into Kajabi and try it for yourself and see what works for you. All right, so at this point, you can go ahead and jump on Kajabi using my link below. Go ahead and get that 30-day free trial. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the future videos in this series. And let me know in the comments what questions you have about Kajabi, about online business, or anything you would like me to cover in this series, and I'll be sure to address it in future videos. At this point, if you have more questions about Kajabi, you can click on this playlist right here, where I'll be right inside. I'm in that playlist. So if you click on that playlist, I'll be in there and we'll talk more about Kajabi right there. So click right there and I'll see you in that playlist.